I still remember it vividly. The way it felt to be pressed against the cold, unforgiving kitchen wall, my body trembling beneath the weight of the moment. My legs, unsteady and weak, shook with a combination of anticipation and fear, while Malik's hands, strong, dark and commanding, gripped my waist like they were the only thing keeping me anchored to reality. There was nothing gentle in his touch. Malik was never soft. His presence was overwhelming, like a force of nature that didn't ask for permission, didn't wait for consent, it just took. His voice rumbled through the room, deep and commanding, thick with the authority of a man who never needed to ask twice. When he told me to turn around, the words were like a command from a king, and without thinking, without a single protest, I did. My hands pressed flat against the wall, palms trembling against the cool surface, a silent prayer escaping my lips before I could catch it. Please share your thoughts in the comment section below. Each of your shares is not only a motivation for us but also contributes to spreading value to the community. If you find this content useful, don't forget to watch the whole video, like, subscribe, and share with someone you think needs to hear this too. Without hesitation, Malik lifted my skirt, his fingers brushing the fabric like they belonged there, like they knew exactly where to go. The air between us seemed to crackle with electricity, and I gasped. Not from fear, but from the sheer size, the sheer presence of him between my thighs. He was hot, no, scorching, and impossibly thick. His weight pressing into me in a way that made my heart pound so loudly, I thought it might burst from my chest. It was terrifying, yes, but it wasn't fear I felt. It was something else, something primal. I told him almost desperately that I wasn't ready, my voice trembling, but his response was a growl, low and possessive. "You will take all of it," he commanded. And in that moment, as my body quivered with both desire and dread, I had no choice but to surrender. I bit my lips so hard I tasted blood, the metallic tang grounding me as my heart raced, desperately trying to outrun the overwhelming storm of sensation that had engulfed me. There was no room for guilt, no space for hesitation. All I could feel was heat, raw and wild, need so intense it nearly consumed me. And above it all, there was Malik, unrelenting, irresistible, a force I couldn't escape even if I wanted to. To all my loyal subscribers, your unwavering support means more to me than words can express. You are the heartbeat of this channel, and it's because of you that this space exists. To all the new and returning viewers who haven't subscribed yet, I'm so eager for you to join this family. Don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comment section below. I love hearing from you. My name is Kimberly Dawn, and I never ever imagined my life would unfold this way. At 37, recently divorced, I find myself trying to piece together the shattered remnants of a life I thought I'd left behind. I've relocated to a quiet suburb just outside Atlanta, settling into a modest apartment that feels like both a refuge and a cage, a place too small for the weight of my regrets. Life was supposed to be easier after the divorce. At least that's what I told myself. Instead, it's become a blur of loneliness, isolation, and an ever-deepening sense of being adrift. Malik was my landlord. Tall, dark, and impossibly handsome. His presence was magnetic, like something straight out of a dream you couldn't wake from. He carried himself with a smooth, quiet confidence that made you believe he could charm the stars themselves out of the sky. He drove a sleek black Challenger, the roar of the engine a reminder of his power, and wore gold chains that glinted against his skin like little slivers of sunlight. His smile was knowing, as if he could see every secret I'd ever tried to hide, every part of me I'd never let anyone else see. At first, I hadn't paid him much attention, treating him like just another figure in the background of my new life, until rent was due. It was the 5th day of the new month, and the weight of the world seemed to press down on me with each step I took as I finally dragged myself home after another grueling shift at the diner. My body was exhausted, drenched in sweat, my muscles aching from the constant motion. My feet throbbed in their shoes, each step a reminder of how little I had left to give. And yet, as I sank into the silence of my apartment, there was one thing I couldn't escape: my bank account. It was overdrawn by $2,357. The number blinked at me from my phone screen, a stark reminder of how precariously I was holding everything together. I knew Malik would show up. He always did when someone was late with the rent. The man had a sixth sense when it came to money, like he could smell desperation in the air. Sure enough, it wasn't long before a knock echoed through the apartment, sharp and impatient. My stomach twisted in on itself. I opened the door slowly, already bracing for the storm, my heart beating harder in my chest. And there he was, Malik, standing in the doorway, casual but somehow powerful, wearing his signature white t-shirt that clung to his broad chest, a gold chain gleaming against his skin, and fitted jeans that hugged his legs in all the right ways. But it wasn't just his appearance that hit me like a punch to the gut. It was the look in his eyes, the knowing, cold look that said everything without him saying a word. He didn't need to ask, didn't need to say a single thing. His gaze told me he knew exactly what I had to give, and what I didn't. "I was going to call you," I said, my voice unsteady, trying to force a calm I didn't feel. "Yeah." Malik's voice was low, almost taunting, as he stepped into my space without asking, without waiting for an invitation. He didn't need to. "What were you going to say?" "Bet." My stomach tightened and I swallowed, my throat dry as sandpaper. "I just need a little more time. I swear I'm good for it." The words felt hollow, like a plea more than a promise. His expression didn't change, but his voice did. It was calm, eerily so, but laced with a sharpness that could cut through steel. "You think time keeps my lights on?" he asked. His gaze locked onto mine with an intensity that made it hard to breathe. His words weren't just about rent. They were a threat, quiet and deadly. I could feel the weight of it settling in my chest like lead. I swallowed hard, trying to find the right words to make him understand, to make him believe me. "I will have it by next week. I promise." But even as I said it, the doubt in my own voice made me question if I could keep that promise. Malik didn't speak right away. Instead, he closed the door behind him with a quiet finality, and then he began to walk toward me, slow and deliberate, like a predator circling its prey. The air seemed to grow thicker, heavier, as his presence filled the room. "Kimberly," he said, his voice a low growl that sent a shiver down my spine. "I could evict you today, but I won't. You know why." I shook my head, unable to look away from him, the tension thick enough to suffocate. "Because," he paused, letting the silence stretch between us, "you've got something more valuable than rent." His words were like ice running down my spine, cold and cutting, and yet they burned at the same time. My chest tightened, and I could feel the heat of the blush rising to my face, a mix of fear and something else, something darker. "What do you mean?" I managed to choke out, though I already knew what he was implying. His eyes lowered slowly, deliberately, moving down my body until they landed on my hips, and then they shot back up to mine with an intensity that made me freeze. "You are a grown woman. I'm a grown man. We do not need to play dumb." I should have kicked him out. I should have told him to get the hell out of my apartment, should have slapped him across his smug face. I should have done anything to shut him up, to shut down the dangerous, suffocating heat that was building between us. But I didn't. Couldn't. Because somewhere deep down, where I was too ashamed to admit it, I wasn't surprised. I wasn't shocked by his words, by the way he looked at me. I had seen that hunger in his eyes before. I had felt the heat radiating from him, from the very way he stood so close, like he was daring me to back away, to make a move. And the worst part, I had looked back. I had felt the pull, the temptation, the undeniable urge to cross that line, even if I knew it could destroy me. Not. The words barely escaped my lips, a breathless whisper filled with hesitation and uncertainty. "Yes, you can," he murmured, his voice low, insistent, and so certain. He stepped closer, his presence overwhelming, a silent force pulling me toward him. His fingers grazed my cheek. Just a touch, but it burned with a fierce intensity. I flinched at the contact, my heart racing, but I didn't pull away. No, I couldn't. Not when every part of me was drawn to him like a moth to a flame. Then his lips were on mine, and everything in me shattered. It was as if time had stopped, leaving only this moment, this kiss. It was not gentle. It was raw, desperate, as though we were both starving, trying to fill some empty void we hadn't known existed until now. His hands roamed over me, rough and urgent, claiming me with every caress. My blouse fell away in a flurry of fabric, leaving me exposed, vulnerable, and breathless. I could feel my heart pounding in my chest, each beat thundering in my ears, as I struggled to make sense of the chaos inside me. But then reality hit me and I gasped for air, shaking. "Wait, Malik. I am not ready." The words tumbled out in a shaky plea, but even as I said them, my body betrayed me. He smirked, his gaze dark and intense. "You will take it all," he promised, his grip on my hips tightening, his fingers digging into my skin. The sound of my breath quickened, and before I knew it, I was giving in, yielding to him, to the need that was consuming me. Right there in the kitchen, he moved me, pressed me up against the cool counter, my hands bracing against the edge for support. His fingers slid down, pushing my panties aside with a possessive ease, and in one fluid, slow motion, he entered me. The shock of it hit me like a wave, so deep, so intense that my knees buckled beneath me. I cried out, but not from pain. No, it was from the overwhelming sensation, the depth, the fullness I had never known before. He was inside me, claiming me, and the feeling was so raw, so primal, I couldn't do anything but surrender to it. He gripped my waist tighter, his movements becoming more insistent, more urgent. Each thrust was a steady rhythm that shook the counters, rattled the dishes in their cupboards, and reverberated through my very soul. I couldn't hold back the moans that escaped from my throat, loud and uncontrollable, and for a moment I thought the whole world might hear. But I didn't care. I wanted more. Deeper, harder, with a desperation that mirrored his own. He gave it to me. Relentless, like a man possessed by a need I could no longer ignore. I lost myself in it, in him, in the intensity of the moment, as if nothing else existed outside of this consuming force. When it was over, I slid down the wall, my legs too weak to hold me up any longer, my body trembling from the aftershocks. He stood over me, casually zipping up his jeans as though nothing had changed. His gaze flicked down at me, and he uttered a cold, detached statement that made me feel as if the world had gone back to normal again. "Rent is handled for this month," he said, as if it was the only thing that mattered. And then, without another word, he walked out, leaving me there, broken, breathless, and completely alone. I sat there, my body still trembling, half naked and exposed in the dim, quiet aftermath. My heart pounded like a drum in my chest, the thumping rhythm echoing through my veins. My thighs were sore, still quivering from the intensity of what had just transpired, each pulse of pain a reminder of the rawness that had consumed me. I couldn't stop the thoughts swirling through my mind, none of them making any sense, all of them leading me to one place. What the hell have I just done? My stomach twisted in a knot, my breath coming in shallow, uneven gasps. I was a mix of confusion and guilt, lost in a haze of regret and desire. But even as the questions flooded my mind, a deeper, more undeniable truth settled in my bones. I knew deep down that I would do it again. That thought alone sent a shiver down my spine, and I couldn't escape the pull of it. That night, sleep never came. I lay in the tangled mess of sheets, the fabric still carrying his scent, musky, intoxicating, and strangely comforting. It was a scent that lingered, clung to me, reminding me of what I had just given into. My body was sore, the aches between my legs a constant, throbbing reminder of the fire I had let him ignite. My lips were swollen, tender from the kiss that had been as hungry as it was desperate. My mind refused to quiet, replaying every damn moment from that kitchen over and over again. The way he moved, like a force of nature, the roughness of his touch, the sound of his voice, low, commanding, claiming. But more than that, it was the way my body had responded, as if it had been waiting for him all along, aching for the release only he could provide. I should have felt ashamed. I should have felt broken, torn apart by guilt. I should have cried, or at the very least, recoiled. But I didn't. Instead, I lay there, my body still humming with the aftershocks, and without thinking, I found myself touching myself under the sheets, my fingers trembling as I whispered his name. His voice the only thing that could bring me back to that fevered place. I came again, shuddering alone in the dark, but this time, it wasn't his hands on me. It was just the memory of him. The morning came too soon. The light outside was harsh, too bright for the mess my mind was in. I tried to act like nothing had changed, to slip back into some kind of normalcy, but I could feel it in the air. The shift, the crack that had formed in my reality. I showered, the water running over me like a cold stream, trying to wash away the heat of the night before. I brushed my hair with a hand that shook more than I cared to admit. I threw on my diner uniform, the fabric stiff against my skin, trying to disguise the tremor in my chest as I dressed. But nothing was the same. I moved differently, walked differently, sat differently. My body, my mind had been changed, and I knew deep down that Malik knew it too. When I got home that night, the world felt oddly still, as if time itself had frozen. And there, in the parking lot, standing against his car like he had been waiting for me all along, was Malik. His eyes met mine, dark and knowing, and the ground beneath me seemed to tilt. My legs weakened like they had no strength left to stand. I could feel the pull of him again, that magnetic, undeniable force that had taken hold of me the night before. "Come upstairs," he said, his voice low, just as commanding as it had been before. I hesitated, my body torn between the desire to be near him and the fear of what it meant. "Malik, about what happened." The words came out strangled, as if I was trying to make sense of something that was impossible to explain. But I knew there was no going back. He opened his apartment door and walked in without answering. Followed. His place smelled like cologne and expensive weed. A bottle of Hennessy sat open on the table. A blunt was burning in the ashtray. The lights were low, and R&B played softly from the speaker in the corner. He poured me a glass and handed it to me. "What is this?" I asked, trying to keep my voice steady. "It is the new arrangement," he said simply. "You come when I call. You give me what I want. I make sure you stay in your place rent-free." My stomach twisted. "That sounds like a deal," he interrupted. "One that works for both of us. You want to keep waiting tables and barely surviving, be my guest. Or you can let a real man take care of you." I stared at him, glass in hand. He was serious, and I hated that. A part of me wanted to say yes, but I needed to understand why me. "You could have any woman in this building." He chuckled. "Because you look like everything I should not touch. Blonde, soft, clean. But that mouth of yours says otherwise. And your body, baby, your body begs for it." My cheeks flushed, but I could not deny it. Not after the way I had moaned for him the night before. He stepped behind me, placed his hands on my hips, and whispered in my ear. "Tell me no. I dare you." But I could not. He bent me over the kitchen table this time, pulled up my skirt again like it was a habit now. I did not resist. I wanted it, craved it, needed it. He went deeper than before, rougher. His grip tighter. My moans louder. He pulled my hair back and whispered the filthiest things in my ear. I responded with gasps and cries that echoed through the apartment. When we finished, I stayed on the floor, sweat dripping from my brow, legs shaking again. He lit another blunt and offered it to me. Took a hit. It burned, but I welcomed the haze. "This is how it works now," he said. "No questions, no strings. Just come when I call, and in return you stay protected, safe, paid for." He nodded. I had already crossed the line. What was the point in pretending I had morals left? For the next 2 weeks, we fell into a rhythm. Every time I heard a knock at the door, I answered it naked. Every time he walked in, he took what he wanted and I gave it. On the floor, on the couch, against the window, in the shower. Once, even on the stairs with the front door wide open. I should have felt degraded, but I felt alive. Then came the shift. I was at work, wiping down tables, when my coworker Lacey leaned in close. "You seeing someone?" she asked. Froze. "You are glowing," she smirked. "And walking funny." Forced a laugh. "It's nothing." But she kept watching me, studying me. I knew I was not hiding it well. That night, Malik came to my place with a different tone. "I want you to stop talking to other men," he said. "You belong to me now." Blinked. Thought there were no strings. There are now. He backed me against the wall again, same place he took me the first night. But this time it was slower, softer, more intimate. He looked into my eyes while he moved inside me, kissed my forehead, touched my face. That scared me more than anything else because I was starting to want him, not just his body but him. But then came the twist. A week later I got home from work and found a note on my door. "You are not the only one." No signature, just those words. I rushed to Malik's apartment, heart pounding. "Who else are you seeing?" I demanded. He looked at me, amused. "You really think you are the only one?" I looked at him, shocked. "You said." "I said you belong to me," he interrupted. "I never said I belonged to you." That night I cried myself to sleep. But when he knocked the next night, I still opened the door. I should have locked my door that night. I should have drawn the blinds, turned off the lights, and let my shame swallow me whole. But I didn't. I opened the door again. Malik stepped in, and just like every other time I melted. My heart beat like it was in a fist. I hated him for what he said. Hated him for that smug look, for making me feel like an option. But more than anything, I hated that I still wanted him. He kissed me like nothing had happened, like the note on my door was a figment of my imagination, like the hollow ache in my chest meant nothing. And I let him. This time it was on the balcony. The night air was cool on my skin, but his hands burned everywhere they touched. He gripped my waist and rocked me against the railing, whispering things that made my toes curl and my eyes roll back. I moaned into the open air, too far gone to care who heard, too broken to stop it. Afterward I sat there, wrapped in a throw blanket, my cigarette trembling between my fingers. "Am I really just another one?" I asked, barely above a whisper. Malik shrugged. "You want honesty. You were supposed to be a one-time deal. A pretty little ran dodger with a sweet mouth. But then you kept coming back." "So did you," I snapped. "Because you are addictive," he said. "But I never promised love, Kimberly. And that was the problem. I never asked for love, but my heart had gone and caught fire anyway." The next day I started pulling away. I stopped answering his texts, stopped opening the door when he knocked. I even started flirting with a guy from work, a quiet, nerdy dishwasher named Evan, who barely made eye contact but looked at me like I was not something to be used. Evan took me out for tacos, held the door, laughed at my dumb jokes, told me I was beautiful with no agenda behind it. And for a moment I remembered who I used to be, who I still could be. Until Malik found out. I came home one evening to find him standing inside my apartment. He had a key. Of course he had a key. "You think I will let you play house with some white boy who smells like dishwater?" he growled. "Get out," I said, backing away. "You do not own me." His smile twisted into something colder. "You are right. I do not own you, but I do own this building, and you owe me." He stepped closer. "You want me gone. Pay what you owe, all of it, with interest." I stared at him, stunned. "You said rent was covered." He laughed deep and sharp. "That was before you started acting brand new." I wanted to scream, cry, throw something. But I stood there, frozen. "Fine," I said. "I will move." He grinned. "You cannot. Your lease locks you in for 6 more months. And baby, no court is going to side with a broke blonde waitress over me." That night I realized something terrifying. Malik was not just a lover, not just a landlord. He was a trap, and I had walked into it willingly. 2 weeks passed. I avoided him at every turn. Evan stayed over sometimes. We watched movies and made out like teenagers, and I told myself I was moving on. Until the night Malik saw us together. It was late. We were coming back from a late shift, laughing in the hallway, when he stepped out of the shadows. He did not say a word. He just looked at me, and I knew. Evan kissed my cheek and walked into my apartment. I stood outside, facing Malik like I was bracing for war. You do not get to be jealous, I said. You lost that right. I never lost anything, he replied. You are still here. You are still mine. He reached out, brushed my hair behind my ear. His fingers lingered. I could make things very uncomfortable for your little boyfriend, he whispered. Or for you. I wonder what your boss would think if I mentioned you let your landlord rearrange your insides for a rent discount. My blood ran cold. You would not, I said. He smirked. Try me. That night I broke things off with Evan. He did not understand. He begged me to tell him what was wrong. I could not without dragging him into the hell I had created. I cried for hours after he left. The next time Malik came over, I let him in like nothing had happened. I let him stir me. Let him lay me down. Let him whisper everything I used to crave. But I did not respond. I stared at the ceiling, numb like a corpse. And when he finished, he noticed. What is this? He asked. Where is that fire? I looked him in the eyes and said, she died. You killed her. He left quietly that night. No words, no kiss. And he did not come back for days. I used those days to pack, to plan. I scraped together money, begged my boss for an advance, and found a woman online willing to sublet her guest room 2 towns over. She did not ask questions. She needed the rent. I needed the escape. One night while Malik was gone, I moved. Quiet. Rest. No goodbyes. I left behind my bed, my couch, my shame, but not the scars. Because the truth is, I never really escaped him. Not the memory of his touch. Not the hollow feeling he left behind. Not the version of me I lost along the way. If you made it to the end of Kimberly's story, I appreciate you deeply. Do you think she made the right choice by walking away, even if it was late? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let me know if you want more twisted, raw stories like this one. Your support is the fuel that keeps this channel alive. Thank you for staying with us. If you find it interesting and useful, please subscribe, like, and share so you don't miss the next video. Thanks.